What's up, guys? So I just finished the Scalpel V5. Let me just turn off the car. So this is the Scalpel V5. It's actually the It's not really a full steel anymore. This is the FS. The blade it's full of water because I went to the sauna with it. This is the FS light, so it's got the jimping here and here. This is really nice, this jimping, and then it's got the skeletonized tang, and on it a customer asked for one of these scalpels with green micarta and red liners to go with another knife. And so I thought before I start messing around with the custom order, I'll quickly make one for myself, just kind of go through the process, see how to like do a good job with it. And this came out super nicely. I'm very pleased with this. I like the white and blue. I know it's not everybody's thing, but it's hard to find a white material in the knife making world that doesn't stain easily, or it's not super difficult to work with, or it's not like a porous material. This white micarta is amazing. I mean, I'm not very familiar with micarta because over the years, over the last 20 years of knife making, where I come from is sort of local materials, scrap steels, pieces of handle material that come from antique furniture, stuff like that. Because when you do that, you reduce the cost significantly. I remember I got a 100-kilo leaf spring. I don't know if it was from a train or something, but it was huge, and I bought that for 11 euros. 100 kilos of spring steel for 11 euros from the scrapyard. And then you go to some thrift store where they have like a really thick, I don't know, some furniture or whatever, some old furniture laying around, some table legs, or some all sorts of stuff, or even homegrown stuff. Over the years, I've stopped using homegrown stuff because it's not dry. It's very difficult to dry. It takes a long time to dry, and you never know if it's actually perfectly dry. So you're kind of left wondering, and you get splits. So it's better to source wood from cabinet makers, like cut off pieces of wood, wood that's basically grown for the wood artisan industry, and they just give it to you for free. So you can make like 300 Bowie knives for like 15 euros without considering the gas, of course, and a lot of time. So compared to these, where each one of these costs like 10, 15 to 20 euros each to make. Here's the sheath. I thought the lime green went really well with all these colors. But yeah, so because of that, I was never really too familiar with micarta. Micarta it's nice to work with in some ways, but it does need fresh belts. It's not something you can just it is pretty tough material, especially this ultra high-end micarta like this one. What's really nice about micarta, and so one of the tests that I do with knives is I go in the sauna with them. I bring them into the sauna and play with them, because your whole body gets covered in sweat. There's a layer of grease and grime on your body that gets placed on the knife. You can feel how slippery the handle is under wet conditions, and the micarta is amazing in wet conditions. It grips very nicely. So that was a cool thing. Yeah. Stainless steel pins. I got a copper tube there, blue vulcanized fiber, so I'm going for the finished flag here. These are just some random skull pearls and blue pearls that I have laying around. overall really nice. And this lanyard actually is really nice on this scalpel, because when you tuck it inside the waistband, you can have the lanyard sticking out from above, from out into your waistband, so you can just grab the lanyard and pull the knife out, and then yeah, it's good to go. So hold on a second, I'll turn on close the window. And so it's a really neat addition. This is sort of the finalized version of the scalpel. I don't see how much more I can improve on it. At some point I'll do when I order the next batch of V4s with the wrapped handles, I'll be doing them with the rivet lock, because the rivet lock solves a lot of problems with the sheath making that you get from the wrapped handles. So, but that's for another time. So overall, very pleased with this knife. I think it looks great. It comes out really nicely. Open the window again. So yeah, overall really cool. I wasn't intending on doing the scales on the FS Lite, but there's a lot of people who want the jimping. But what I found, like if you're doing a lot of heavy woodwork by the campfire, doing a lot of carving, it's nicer to not have the jimping, to have like a flat spine and more smooth corners and stuff like that, if you're doing like hours of carving. The jimping is nice for smaller tasks, like if you're doing a lot of micro tasks and a lot of micro cutting, the jimping is really nice. And pokey work, like poking kind of work. But the FS Lite was sort of intended to be the full steel kind of version, and the other one that doesn't have the lightning holes and the jimping, the basic full steel one, that was the one that was intended for the micarta handles. But it looks like I'm gonna have to do both. Yeah, really, I'm in a public space, so I don't want to be flashing the knife around too much, but yeah, there it is. Really cool. It's covered in water because I was in the sauna with it. I was just at the gym. The lock locks very nicely. It doesn't feel too heavy. The grip is good. I might do a more narrow version of the handle next. One cool thing I'd like to try is to have it so that I have a shoulder there and underneath, so I can wrap a handle around the micarta, so I can have both the vulcanized fiber, the pins, the micarta with wrapping on top. So that would be a really cool thing to try at some point. Somebody wants one of those. I'll try something out. You can't do that. You can't have wrapped handles on the V5 because there's no shoulder, and you need that shoulder there, like you see on the V4 blanks, to add as much security as possible in preventing any string from moving forwards. It's just convenience, really, for me, knowing that none of these handles will pull out forwards over the blade. So, but yeah, that's all I have for today. Quick video from the car after the gym. Nice lanyard, nice blade. This is it's really nice, really cool. I haven't really discovered a price for it yet. It's probably gonna be like $275. I have so much work to do, so I can't have it too cheap, because otherwise everybody wants one and then I can't get any work done. I can't work on the other blades. There'll still be too many orders. It's just the way it is. It's still relatively cheap compared to competitive models that exist out there. People charge a lot more money for this kind of handiwork. The steel is 13C26 at 60 HRC. I got a Scandi grind on these, which is nice. Works really well for carving. Very sharp. I like the hollow grinds because they're really easy to finish. They're really nice to work with. And the nice thing with hollow grinds is that when you're sharpening the blade, the more you sharpen it, the thickness behind the edge stays the same. The same thing kind of occurs with Scandi grinds because you're only sharpening those two bevels up the entire length of the steel. So you're never really changing how thick it is behind the edge. You're consistent with the amount of material throughout the profile, throughout the life of the knife. So, but yeah, see you guys later.